Hello everyone at St James School, my name is Reverend Andy and it's really great to be able to join you for your collective worship today. I can't wait until we're able to come back in again in person and all be together. Last week you heard Heather who was sharing with you about your value for this term, which is perseverance. And she was talking all about running the race, wasn't she? And can you remember back to what she was saying? So that we have to make sure we're wearing the right clothes to be able to run that race. Speaking of which, I've just noticed I don't have my right clothes on today. I forgot my shirt with my little priest collar that's on it. I'll just go and get it and I'll be right back. Okay, wait there, don't move. I can see you. Stay there. No, wait. You don't have to wait, do you? Because this is on a screen and we're able to do stuff on a screen, aren't we? That isn't always possible in real life. Heather, yeah, she just did that thing, didn't she? Now I've seen this done. Hang on, I can do this. Ready? No. How did she do it? Hang on. Heather really helpfully made some notes so I didn't get stuck. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got this. Right, this time. Still not working. I'm sure it just... Oh, man. Hang on. Yes! That's it, I remember how to do this now. She didn't do it that way, did she? No, she jumped. Right, so she just jumped and landed and here we go. All right, here we go. Ready, everybody? Yes! Did it, come on. All right, it took a bit of time this time, didn't it? But you know, sometimes when you're learning something new, it does take a few attempts to kind of get it right. We need to practice it, we need to work at it. We need to persevere with it. We need to listen to other people who know how to do things. And of course, we've got prayer that can help us as well. So thanks, Heather. I've learned a new trick. This is good. It saves me a lot of time now in the future. Well, today's story, we're going to kind of continue to think about perseverance a little bit, but what we're thinking about is kind of a journeying, and what happens next in a story. So one of the person that we learned a lot from was Elliot, wasn't it? Who did amazing videos before he moved on to continue his journey in a new place. And I did lots of things with Elliot over these last few years. And one of them was we got to take our access group, our youth group, bowling. Now, if you want to be in our youth group, by the way, kind of when you're getting towards the end of year 6 and you're preparing to move on from St James School, then come and talk to us if you want to be part of our youth group, because we love to kind of keep in touch with people and just do some fun things with you. So one of the things we did was we went bowling, and I was really surprised what happened next. Watch this. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a technique in bowling like that before, but it got a strike. So, you know, Elliot smashed it, as always, and we're going to miss that kind of creative thinking that Elliot would bring to us. Well, in today's story, though, we're going right back to the kind of the nativity. So we've got Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus, who was born in Bethlehem. And then remember what happens next in the story? We have these wise men, the Magi, who travel all the way from the east, bringing their gifts. But before they reach Jesus, if you remember, they popped in to see King Herod. And King Herod said, oh, yes, well, my kind of experts think it'll be in Bethlehem, so go and look there for him. And when you find him, come back and tell me so I can go and worship him too. But the Magi are warned, aren't they, in a dream by God, not to go back to Herod, but to travel back a different way. Well, what happened next in the story? I wonder if you know. You see, Herod was fuming. He was fuming that the Magi had kind of betrayed him, that they didn't return to tell him. He was fuming and angry at the thought that there was another king now in his country that might become king instead of him. And he didn't like that at all. And so God warns Joseph in a dream that they need to get out of Bethlehem. They need to get out of the country for their own safety, because Herod is coming for them with his army. So Joseph, as he had been throughout this whole thing, he was faithful and he listened to God in that dream. And so he tells Mary, we need to go. They get their possessions, they get Jesus, and off they set and head out of Bethlehem. And they go all the way to Egypt. Now you know where Egypt is, right? In that north bit of Africa. And Mary, Joseph and Jesus become refugees, fleeing for their own safety. We don't think about it very often, do we really? That the one who we say was born as God's son, the first thing that happens to him is he becomes a refugee. Now sadly today there are millions and millions of refugees all around our world. If you've ever seen the news, you might have seen them trying to get over here on boats across the English Channel, just fleeing for their own safety because they're worried about what might happen to them in their own country. And it's easy for us in this country so often because we've got a house to live in, we have water when we turn the tap on, we have food to eat, most of us. There are people who will help you and provide for you if you need that help. So it's hard for us to understand people who have nothing, people who leave everything behind, all of their possessions, all of their friends, all of their family, through no choice of their own. So for today, for our story, I just want to encourage you to one, be thankful for what we have, to realise how lucky we are. And secondly, to think about those who have not as much as we do, to think about those who have to leave their places where they live. Now that could be just a simple thing like somebody new arrives in our school, could be another pupil, one of your classmates, it could be a teacher or somebody who works in the school and they start for the first time. How do we welcome them into our school? Are we friendly? Do we invite them in? Do we let them become part of our community? Do we make friends with them? Or do we simply ignore them? And the other thing that you could do on a bigger scale is to begin to think, okay, all of these people who are refugees, and we do have some who have moved to Hereford, what are we doing for them? So I'm just going to close now with a prayer. And if you want to make this your prayer, just say Amen at the end. But let's bow our heads. Father God, we thank you for all that you have done for us. We are thankful for all that we have. May just remind us how lucky we are with the gifts that we have and those who love us around us. Help us to think more of other people. Help us to be welcoming to other people. And may we be generous with what we have. Amen.